the 11th of September. You know, there is very little light to be found in these truths, and we have been taught so well to fear the result of pulling back those scars that will bleed us dry when we see how deep the infection of modern politics has become. Humanity has been a victim of itself since before we were taught what lies were. Mankind is not born to evil by nature, but we do a damn fine job of teaching it from day one. So use your truths to set people free, to show them where the mistakes are. But when you start pointing fingers, you will only focus on where you are aiming your gestures. And we will lose sight of where we are going. Can this truth you are seeking, can this blame you must deal out serve any reparations? Will it rebuild fallen towers? Can it raise the dead? If we have been misled by our government, it is because we have allowed ourselves to be led at all. This concept of justice is pointless while we are still helpless children, mewling because mother's milk has gone sour. The truth would set who free? We're long past debates, and now only action can change. But by how would you defend yourselves in their arena? How can you prove in their courts, at their Congress, on their soil, oh, don't doubt it, this is not our land, it has never been our land? Whomever they were, actions were done regardless of life, and no amount of proof would change that. I am with you in heart and soul, but they are trying to lead the bringers of light into the darkness by forcing us to become enemies of themselves. And no, they won't hesitate to stand at arms. If elections are rigs and inferior heads of states stand in line to rule, those who rise up to bring down their dark side, oh, they will be toppled with much less finesse than cleverly orchestrated flight plans. I'm fed up with wholesome people falling prey to actions which have been designed to instill fear and hatred, when standing proud with our hearts full of hope and love is the only way forward. Why do we all fall for it? Why are we still wasting time blaming anyone for tragedies? When will all this passion and eloquence be turned instead to healing the wounds generations of misunderstanding have slashed in our humanity? Please, use your whole hand to reach out to the world, not just that single finger. These are tools at the ends of your arms. They aren't daggers to be thrown. I fear all those who would threaten any lives with self-righteous action, but hating the enemy is what brought us down this road to begin with. And we will find no compassion if what we are seeking is to blame. If we can take all of this time and energy spent smearing terrorist names and administrations that have perverted the concept of freedom, if we can convert that energy into a motion that moves forward, that will improve all of our futures in another dozen years, we will be saying, look how far we've come. How far we've come from throwing blame. And would that not be a greater result than standing there with the truth in your hands and saying, see, I told you so. It's not a conspiracy. I was fucking right. It was an inside job. See, I told you so. What good is that gonna do? It makes no difference whose ends you serve or which gods you pray. If If you act with a disregard for life, you have only sorrow to gain. The voices raised in anger and outrage have so much nothing to say. Only the children who come seeking peace will ever wash away the pain.